Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, I've been busy the last couple of days catching up on season 11 of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills before my local free streaming service removes it. 9 now, which they did yesterday. So I managed to get through it all, but it kind of meant I didn't have the time to comment on a couple of things that were happening. And the whole Disney Bob swap thing was a bit surreal. Basically, Bob Iger was like this king of Disney for years, and then he decided to retire, supposedly because he wanted to pursue politics, but I don't know if that's true. It's just something certain people who I don't really trust were saying. I have no idea if that actually had anything to do with reality. But they replaced him with Bob Chapek, and Bob Chapek seemed to be trying to change some things and trying to level out some of Bob Iger's very liberal sort of takes on stuff, and I wasn't really sure if he was good or bad, or if he was going to just. He seemed to be more about the money, but not. He certainly didn't have he wasn't as good at spinning things as the other Bob, and it was a bit clunky. You could see he sort of went one direction, and then people like slapped him around a bit, and he went the other direction. And then they slapped him around, and he seemed to be a bit lost and not sure how to make people happy and what the direction he wanted to go in was. And now he's gone. And they brought Bob Iger back, and I'm like, oh, what the hell? I mean, it does make Disney look bad. And Disney's in a very difficult position because they have always been and sold themselves on, family entertainment. And unfortunately, they're not regressing like a lot of people are at the moment, and they're actually progressive in staying that way. So they have to find a way to, fight this. It's just this unwinnable war. It's like all the extremists. If you do anything other than conform to them and their regressive, backwards sort of views on, women and gays and everything, you get branded, a groomer or woke, and then they boycott you, and they constantly rail on you in the press and in YouTube and everything. And when you look at like YouTube channels like Clownfish, they constantly on Disney, and there are other sites like that just constantly on Disney because they're progressive, and it's just a really difficult thing to be progressive while still showing that you support family values, because people see family values as this regressive thing that, is homophobic and misogynistic and all these things. And it's just such a difficult line to walk, because they also have to show support for their diverse customers. They can't just, give the conservatives what they want, because that's not the whole audience, but they are the majority for the most part. But yet, they don't actually agree with a lot of what these people think and say, and they're basically being bullied, particularly in Florida, and it's just such a mess. And I have no idea what Disney is going to do. I don't know how they survive this, because it's like they've got the conservative people they can't make happy, and they've got the progressive people they can't make happy, unless they contradict the other. So it's really difficult to watch. And as American politics seems to get more and more aggressive, it doesn't seem like it's going to get any easier. And I don't think Bob Iger is better at I think spinning stuff, like I said, but I don't think he's actually I don't think he's going to sort this out. They need someone else who can walk that line between the two extremes, and I don't know if that's even possible. But it's just, and they also have a responsibility to parents and children, because they are like family entertainment. Because if you basically are teaching your child to be racist, and if you're being regressive and things like that, you're basically disabling your child, because they're not going to be able to go out into the real world and relate to people who are different from them, and emphasize and be able to interact with these people. They're going to be out being discriminatory and bigots, and they're going to, not only are they that despicable sort of human being, but they also are going to have the blowback from the people they're discriminating against. So you're basically disabling your child when you teach them these extreme, regressive, conservative values. And Disney seems to have some sort of I don't want to say responsibility, but some sort of awareness that they can't be part of that. They can't be part of, teaching hate and discrimination and bigotry, and they don't want America to go backwards. But in trying to go forwards, or at least maybe just stay where we're at or where we were, because we were progressing quite nicely for decades, and then along come you-know-who, and everything started to go backwards, and all the people who had been quietly tolerating change suddenly turned around and said, no, I want to go backwards, and I don't feel ashamed. I can say this, and I can be this disgusting, hateful person because look, he does it, and he's ruling the country. So Disney, they're kind of screwed. They're kind of screwed because what they their main thing has sort of been commandeered by the most regressive and conservative people, and I don't know if they can keep both sides happy. I don't know if they can do it. They're either going to have to just pick a side and lose half their audience, because that's the thing. America's so tribal and so divided now that you can't be in between. You can't be on the fence. You either pick one side or the other, and you get the benefit of getting the whole support of that audience, but that's only half or third of the country or whatever, because you automatically lose the others. And if you lose both, if you lose the other extreme and the middle, you're screwed. If you can keep the middle and one side, I guess you can survive. It's just a mess. Once upon a time, if you kept politics out of things and were neutral and quietly progressive, you could have the general audience and cater to them, and you just could ignore both extremes and be fine. Now you can't. You have to cater to one or the other, and it's just a nightmare. And I just feel bad for Disney, and I just had to comment on that because I saw that happen. I'm like, wow, they don't know what they're doing. They sort of went one way, they've gone another way, and they're just going in circles and they're lost. And it's probably because they're in a situation they probably can't win. And it'll be interesting to see where it goes. But yeah, I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. One thing they do need to do, though, is continue producing physical media. They've kind of stopped doing that to try and force people to use Disney Plus, but that really only works if they maintain their catalogue, and unfortunately they don't. They censor and they delete things, and things go off just like, most other streaming services. That's why people should be able to create and maintain their own, libraries, so they don't have to worry about that. But that's a whole nother video. But I'm going to go. Bye.